Good morning. It's November 20th. This is going to be your cards of the day. Let's see. What do we got? We've got 20 and 15. Okay, so 20 and 2, 0, and 6. So trusting in the universe, creating harmony or balancing or working together. And what did I say? 15, 6. Okay, so showing your love and service, social responsibility, doing what you love. Okay, so a lot of you guys, it's Tuesday, so you're probably working today. Working on something if you have your own business. Let me roll the sleeves up a little bit here. Nice. A lot of you guys are putting those burdens down. Very good. Completing that cycle, those things that plagued us. And this is active. Okay, so actively putting the burdens down, watching the behavior. A lot of us are getting rid of behaviors that no longer serve us. Not in this timeline, but however, every time you slip back into it, you got to remember it's just energy. Okay, those timelines don't exist anymore, therefore you need to shed that negative energy, okay, and start living in the current timeline's energy. I'm still getting the downloads. They've boosted it a little bit, but I feel like I've got it under control, more or less. More or less. I still can't talk. I don't have my mouth under control, but when have I ever? That's the thing about being a Scorpio Sag. A lot of times you're quiet, but this, but then, you know, somebody talks to me and asks me something about astrology or tarot, and then next thing I know, the Sag comes out and I'm blah, 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 blah. How you can get people to go away sometimes, just start talking about astrology. Okay. So, Ten of Wands, the burden, like I was saying, somebody's completed a cycle and they put this burden down, whatever it is. Obviously, it can't be all of them because we're being encouraged to work on things one at a time by the transits, you know, as above, so below. So whatever's being taken care of right now, and I feel it is, there's some closure. A lot of people are getting closure in a lot of things, or they've had tower moments and they need to close that out. Wow, I am just being slammed with energy. Whew. So I think somebody had some closure, some healing that they had to do recently, okay, and it was about something, a way of thinking or behavior that they've basically done to themselves, okay? They've had to accept the reality that they've created their reality before they knew that they could create their reality, okay? So they had to shed some of these things in favor of new manifestation, things that you actually want and are putting energy and intention towards, rather than accepting and not being aware of the energies that you're putting out and then getting them back and not being happy with the results. Okay, so somebody did take a minute to think about it. Okay, they put down the burden because they did change their perspective. It's reversed because they're no longer in that holding pattern, although they're not quite in the new beginning yet because we've just completed a cycle. Every step has like a rung. Okay, so this completion of the cycle, next we have to move into, once we shed these things, now we're holding that space, okay, ready for something new to be put in its place. The new brick at the bottom of the tower that we're rebuilding, right? Okay, so somebody had to shift their perspective. And it looks like they've done it so fast. They're not necessarily in a holding pattern, but there's forward movement, but we're still at this, like, it feels like a plateau. They were aggressive in their healing and their shedding of this energy. And it's almost like they've skipped over that perspective shift, but they did shift their perspective, but we'll see what happens with that, what perspective they shifted to. It is possible that they did shift to a different timeline, but this may not be the correct one. It's a process, folks. It's trial and error, right? Okay, so give them room to heal. They don't have to necessarily talk to you and tell you what's wrong. You already know something's wrong, and they're already critical about themselves and their shortcomings, sensitive about that, actually. And the sensitivity is going to pick up by the end of the week. Three of Wands, opportunity. Okay, so there's going to be Ace of Discs with the Princess of Discs. Message about money, financial reward, an opportunity. Somebody might be offering you a job, or might be offering them a job. I'm not sure who it is yet. That's what it looks like. You're going to get some information in regards to money. The Ace of Pentacles is about rewards, okay? And it's got discipline, the Star of David, there's 2 stars in the middle, a wish upon a wish, and a plus sign. More than what you wished for, okay? And freedom. It's also got the pentacle in the middle, or the disc in the middle, has wings, okay? So whatever's going to happen, this financial reward, it's going to set you free from these burdens. Oh, this isn't your partner at all. This is you. This is in regards to money. Oh, I just got like goosebumps all over. This has nothing to do with your partner. This has everything to do with you. You've been in a holding pattern because you know you're doing everything right, and you're wondering when your abundance is coming. Well, you're going to get the opportunity. Somebody might communicate something to you. This might have to do with the full moon in Gemini. Something's going to happen, the full moon in Gemini. And then this process is going to play out while Uranus is still retrograde in Aries, while we're open to change and trying something new and taking risk, okay? And then this is the last time it's going to be in Aries for another 80-something years. And then it moves forward into, oh, I took my paperwork down. I think it moves forward into Taurus. I think it is March 6th, okay? So from now through March 6th, from the full moon in Gemini until March 6th, something, you might be working on a project with somebody. Somebody might be coming to you with an idea. And I think I've said this before. And this 10 of Wands, this oppression, it's reversed. Because it was some kind of burden you were actively carrying, not your partner. The fear of never having enough, never being enough. Do you deserve what is coming to you, the opportunities and the riches that are coming to you? You don't have to shift your perspective. That's why the Hangman's reversed. I'm sorry, at first I thought it could be your partner because I normally channel twin flames, but after these next couple of cards, these are all about business. This is you. This is your business. You don't need to shift your perspective. You've already shifted it, and you're living in that energy. Whatever happened to you over these last couple of days, you were able to be the speed healing demon. It happened. You went, oh shit. You went, oh well. And then you purged it out. You cried, you know, like I think I told you guys before. If you're in 7-Eleven making a slurp and you start crying, fuck it, give them. Cry your eyes out. Sometimes we can't pick the time and the place where we purge, yeah. So there was a recent purge, and it was quick. That's why I kept getting that quick feeling, like it happened so fast, it's almost like you skipped over it. And I think it was skipped over. You did skip over it because you're at the point of being a speed healing demon. Your immediate, not reaction, your immediate response is, oh shit, oh well, and then you act on whatever it is. You act to rid yourself of it, or you move to fix it. And this has to do with your business. So you might be getting some kind of proposal, or somebody wants to hire you, or something comes through. Oh my goodness. See, I was just talking about the tower energy. Something recently happened and it fell out. Yeah, see, and it fell out on the hangman. Like I said, you skipped over it. You didn't need to. Shit happened and you said, oh shit, oh well, and you moved on. And you've processed it out. I'm not getting a lot of swords right now, which means there isn't a lot of mind activity. You've already done that work, and you've already begun living in all five of this: anxiety, worry, fear, being left out in the cold, feeling disconnected, acknowledging that you have to change whatever you're fearful about, that you have to shed it. Yup. Okay. Like I just said that about something happened and your fear of not being enough. Do you deserve this? You've dissolved it. And I don't think the tower was... It's like a chain reaction. Something happened and then you processed it out. You weren't in the hangman state for very, very long. Just a second. Okay, where was I? Okay, so before I get back to this five of discs, yeah, some kind of tower definitely happened, and you were able to breeze through it. Speed healing demon. You're worried for a little bit, and you do still struggle with that, but you realize that you can't accept that kind of energy into your timeline, not if you want to stay in the 4D timeline. These kinds of feelings and behaviors and actions pull you back into the 3D, and it's much, much harder to direct the flow of energy. At that point, you're just accepting it, and the thing is, it's energy that you've already sent out that's coming back to you. Okay, so some of you, if you're still living in fear, worrying about, oh shit, you know, I've got all these things that are due, and all the bills are due at the same time, and everybody in the family is holding their hands out to you. They want, they need, and you're worrying about if you're going to make it through. You need to relax some. It's like, give that energy space so you can give yourself a break, okay? And then you regroup and you come back to this positive energy after regrouping or meditating. And this five of discs, like I was saying, somebody's feeling left out in the cold or disconnected in some way. Whatever this tragedy is, you're still at the tail end of processing it, okay? So don't worry, you're doing well. You are moving through this really, really fast. And it's fear about money, fear about not having enough. You know, the holidays are coming up and people are starting to get stressed as it's getting harder and harder just to deal with daily life. And they're so worried about giving people presents. You know what? Never mind the Christmas presents. All people want are the Christmas presents. Not presents. Presents. No T. Big difference. You need to be present. Okay, so we got 2 cups. It came out reverse. Ooh, okay, yucky. And it jumped out on the hangman, the tower, and the 5 of this, or pentacles. We got 9 of swords. So something that happened, this tower moment, was the stuff of someone's nightmares. They're still in an analyzing state. So this was the first sword that I've pulled, the thinking energy. So there's still that lingering nightmare, whatever this tower moment that's happened, you're moving through it and you're healing from it. You've changed your perspective, but you're processing the last of that emotion. It is the 9 of Swords, okay? So 9 is all about endings. That feeling hasn't ended yet. So this was a severe loss. Somebody passed away, or, you know, with all the fires going on, maybe somebody lost their house to a fire, lost their house to a flood, lost their house to some kind of financial issue, had their fortune wiped out. Fortunes changed for a lot of people. This 9 of Swords has a lot of swords. Duh. Of course it's got a lot of swords. It's the 9 of Swords. But what I see on this card, every single card is like dipped in blood. Like there were knives put in your back one by one. And they're all still there. And it's from the situation. Ooh, okay, so I'm getting pressure around my head. Okay, so whatever tower moment that just happened, you are at the end of processing these emotions. You pursed it out. You've become emotional already. You had your crying session, and now you're overcoming the thoughts surrounding it. This feels like analysis paralysis. Gemini energy, of course, actively analyzing, actively intelligently analyzing the situation. Okay, so you're already coming away from it. You're already figuring out how to sever that mind energy, how to stop doing it. You just have to go through every thought and think it and express it in some way, and then the nightmare will be over. Mentor of Cups came out reversed on the 5 of Pentacles. Mentors I'm not familiar with because, oh, I didn't even say, this is a Parrot Tarot, my healing deck I use for Ascension readings. Mentor of Cups, Hearts, a spiritual person with a sacred commitment to the sensual. The difference between enjoying the finer things of life and sinking into sybaritic excess. Okay, so somebody here, there's going to be some people who can't handle this. This is reversed. Mentor of Cups is reversed on the disconnection. So somebody, this might, whatever tower moment just happened might just drive them crazy. And they might need to escape. Drugs, alcohol, sex, shopping, whatever excesses is there or your specialty, you're going to want to escape. You're still needing to escape because your mind is going. The Mentor of Cups is also about learning about receptivity and reflectiveness, okay? And the fact that it's reversed and it's on the 5 of Pentacles, so you're not in that period, you don't want to hear it. Or not necessarily that you don't want to hear it, maybe you can't hear it right now, you're too busy in your head. I'm surprised the Hermit did not come up. But a lot of Gemini did come up, and that's kind of like the same analyzing. So somebody is still processing and they're not able to be open and receptive at the moment. They're not able to speak about it yet. They're disconnected because they're in their heads processing whatever nightmare the tower brought them. They're still needy. They're still not yet at the point where they can love without owning. They don't want to own you. But they can't help it at the moment. Their fears are keeping them in the grips of whatever this nightmare is. This is two different things going on here. The Tower moment is not related to your finances. The Tower moment is something personal that's happened while you're trying to put down a behavior and stay connected. Wow, so we've got actually a bunch of stuff going on over here. Totally Gemini energy. I hate to say it, but I almost want to say it's going to get worse, but it's going to pick up the speed. Okay, so practice your speed healing skills. Don't forget to ground, nurturing and healing of our own feelings. So there isn't any nurturing or healing as of yet. Okay, that would mean that cycle is completely closed out, and we don't have that yet. We're still at the 9. The worst is not over. The worst is right now while we're still stuck in this energy. Ooh, we love motorcycles. Wow. We'll see. It is a stuck energy, but with the Hangman in reverse, there is slow progress forward. However, it doesn't look like or feel like progress just yet. It's a really interesting read. Well, they're all interesting. Everything's interesting. The sun, the moon, the stars, the cards, astrology, it's all interesting. Let's see. Now, I'm kind of dreading this full moon in Gemini, just because everybody's going to have their own opinion, and with the Sagittarius component, people could be insisting that they're right, and it feels like there's going to be a lot in Hawaii because the full moon happens on Thanksgiving, the day before the 22nd in the evening, even, that the full moon's going to take place with a lot of people around the table, people voicing their opinions, and sticking to it, and, you know, arguments about who's right. You guys, this is about new intelligence. We're coming from the 0 point, okay? So we are trying to look at things using our intelligence to judge situations, use our intelligence to stay in the present moment, okay, and release those things that had us stubbornly anchored in the past. We are creating our future right now. This is an imperative time. The 0 point is the hole for us to fill, okay? Somebody's stuck, but all 3 of these came out on here. 4 of Wands, completion. So this person who's kind of stuck in this energy, who's trying to get out of this fear and is in this current analysis paralysis, they're not outwardly acting out. I think they've already had that chance to express that and got shut down because you asserted your boundaries, and now there's this state of processing where you're almost at the end. We don't have it's almost like the ruin was coming and you preemptively striked it and went, nope, I'm not going to feel that way. Nope, I'm not going to drop back to that old feeling, nope, I'm not going to drop back to this old action. That's not what I want. That's not where I want to be. So somebody doesn't want to feel like that anymore. Somebody doesn't want to have that reaction to tower of moments and the stuff of their nightmares anymore. They're realizing that it's all in how they respond to something, not in how they react. And when they react, they could make a mistake, because when they're reacting, they're either reacting from the left brain or the right brain. We are using both to make judgments and decisions and decisions to move forward. You can't use just one, then you have an uninformed expression of an idea. So Four of Wands is also commitment. So this person they're going to manifest. They're going to manifest once they get through this mind cycle. It's integration right now. There isn't a lot of mind energy, but it's integration. Over the last couple of days, there was a lot of mind energy, and it's analysis paralysis, thinking things over, getting all those things expressed, deciding exactly how you feel about a situation, and then deciding, okay, if this is my situation, what do I need to do to move forward? What do I need to do to move through this and come out on the other side? And how can I prevent myself from bringing myself back to this place? Well, first of all, you have your partner that you can rely on. You have each other's backs. That was yesterday's reading. And that was yet again another opportunity to show your partner that you're all in, and or vice versa, they had that opportunity to do that for you, to show you that they're all in, because you could have each other's shoulders to cry on without having to dump on each other, but also having that freedom to not have to say exactly what it is that's hurting, but still be able to say, I am hurting, and then the recognition of needing that space and having to have quiet so whatever's going on in the mind can finish its process without constant interruption, okay? Because I hate that. When I'm healing, I just want to be by myself, and everybody's like, oh no, come here, come hang out with me. And I'm like, no, I can't. I don't want to interrupt the process. I want it to finish. So I need the silence. I need as little distractions as possible so this can finish processing and go away, because I'm throwing this away. It's a purge of 3D things, fears that I no longer need in this life, okay? I'm not a fearful person at all. In fact, not a lot makes me scared. 666 megabytes. Princess of Wands. This is a message of action, telling your partner that you are there for them should they need you, okay? The Princess of Wands, fire energy, Leo. She's brave, she's courageous, she's compassionate, she can tame the beast, okay? She's also, she can be confrontational, but I think this is about confronting problems head on and taking care of it, okay? Immediately. You got to get this shit done. And in the relationship, I feel like both of you guys have this, okay? So you guys, this more so feels like the female counterpart if you're in a relationship, or the lead or head family feminine. She confronts problems head on, deals with it, and moves forward right to the solution, okay? So this person, one partner is learning how to do that, and they've learned it from the other partner who has in fact inspired them, and actually probably shares her tools with others and inspires others to heal. She's committed to that. He's committed to that. They're committed to each other. Nice. We also have the Prince of Swords. This can be Aquarius energy. The Prince of Swords is about intelligence, communicating some type of message. So I think yeah, it looks like you two guys are working together, and one is learning how to heal, or one has learned how to heal through another partner's example, and they're trying to process like they've seen their partner deal with things because they're inspired by it. They're like, wow, how the hell can she just bounce back like that? Okay, how the hell can he just get over it? Speed healing demon. Intellect, speed communication. So maybe this Thanksgiving, everybody's having trouble, everybody's worried, people aren't being very open, they may want to talk more than they want to listen, and then here you come, you listen to all of them, and you guys talk about these things intelligently. They tell you this is going on, and this is how they feel, and it's like, oh, Princess of Wands, you take from them their negative energy, their negative patterns of thinking, their negative reflections of the 3D world, okay? And you tell them like it is, this is your reality, you created it, you can get yourself out of it. You are the master of your sea. And there's going to be a lot of discussion about that, I have a feeling. Folks, hopefully religion and politics is off the table. Nobody wants to talk about that shit anymore. Come on. We're going to be talking about the moon and the stars and the flow of energy and our spirituality and how we feel and how we're connecting to each other. Excuse me, guys, I dropped something on the ground. Oh, we got the Mentor of Wands, too. Wow. Okay, I've never pulled two in a reading, and they're both reversed and right next to each other. Okay, so Mentor of Wands, it fell on the ground. I picked it up, and I put it on the Nine of Swords. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to be. Mentor of Wands, the voice of fire. Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Someone spiritual sharing through teaching. Loves an expressive fire. Intense, transformative lessons that are all-consuming. Leaving behind purity and temperance. Resisting leads to burnout. So somebody here could be resisting to the point of burnout, okay? Because I tell you guys, I don't place these cards. I just put them wherever. I don't even think about it, and then it usually ends up where it's supposed to. Other than that, when I'm shuffling, the cards will pop out where they're supposed to. But the Mentor of Wands, I picked it up, and I just felt like putting it here. It's on the Nine of Swords. So this is all about, there hasn't been that purged yet. They're still in that nightmare stage. The Nine of Swords, they need to express that. There's definitely some resistance because it could be some level of shock. Somebody's still in some level of shock about something. But it's not consuming them, like I was saying. It's not all consuming. If it was the right side up, it would be all consuming, but they're in shock, but it's not all consuming. They just have some, they're still maintaining some level of shock while they're processing information out. Mentor of Wands is all about being taught a lesson or a lesson being brought to you, okay, about these nightmares. It is a test. It's basically saying that you're being tested. You're being tested on your actions in response to these things of nightmares, your nightmare, your worst nightmare. And you're going to be wanting to share that. Or, okay, so that's two sides of the coin. One person who's rising above is going to be wanting to share that information and their tools and how they're able to get over it to another person who is stuck there and needs that help. That's what it seems like to me. Where are we going on? 35 minutes? Okay, another couple of cards. Oh, I didn't realize this is going to be so long. Oh, look at that. Princess of Wands has Prince Charming. Somebody loves you. Oh. Princess of Wands. They love you because you take action. They love you because you care. They want to tell you they love you because you help set them free. Oh, look at that. The dove and the Four of Wands in the middle. Peace. Freedom. You're setting them free by showing them how to create peace within themselves. Okay, guys, so this is all I got for you today. The readings are really, really long, and it's going to take me all day to upload it. Okay, so this has been your cards of the day for November 20th. See you guys later. Love you.